So welcome back. This is lecture 1 of Profits and Gains of Business or Profession, PGBP. Okay, and this is for assessment year 2022-23 and for CMA Intermediate December 2022 attempt. ठीक है, तो ये जो चैप्टर है आपका PGBP, ठीक है, ये सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट माना जाता है. ठीक है, आपके डायरेक्ट टैक्सेशन में इट इज कंसिडर्ड एज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट. And in future, if you practice also, this chapter will be of number 1 importance. Okay, all other chapters, in terms of relative importance of all chapters, this is at the top. Okay, so let's start with it now. Okay, first is now what are we studying? Profit and gains of business or profession, right? The first thing is we should know what is business. So starting with definition of business. Okay, any trade, commerce, or manufacture, or any adventure or concern in the nature of trade, commerce or manufacture. Isolated activity can also be termed as business. Okay, so here from PGB point of view, it's not necessary that you are doing this activity for a very long time. Okay, even sometimes an isolated activity which is done with a business motive will be termed as business. Okay, so business is defined as, it's an inclusive definition. Any trade, commerce or manufacture, or adventure or concern in the nature of trade, commerce or manufacture. Okay. Now, ठीक है, तो यहाँ जो हम बोल रहे हैं आइसोलेटेड एक्टिविटी कैन ऑल्सो बी बिजनेस. ठीक है, मतलब कभी कभार ये जरूरी नहीं है कि आप बहुत सालों से बहुत महीनों से कंटिन्यूसली कर रहे हैं. एक एक्टिविटी भी बिजनेस कहला सकती है. ओके, normally isolated activities will be income from other sources normally. Okay, but it can be a business also. Okay, so that's why we need some elements to judge a transaction as business transaction. So these are the things which are used to judge a transaction as a business transaction or not. Nature of commodity. Okay, suppose if the commodity is shares, right? So shares है तो उसका normally when you are selling shares or something, it would be for gaining profit, correct? The idea would not be that it will be an isolated profit. Okay, कुछ ना कुछ आपका business intention होने का chance ज्यादा है when you are talking about shares. Okay, so normally इसका खरीद बेच बहुत ज्यादा होता है. So nature of commodity. Intention of party. Okay, now for intention, whether he wants to keep it for a long period or it is a stock in trade. Efforts applied in the transaction. Okay, so normally, see, if you have something surplus or extra and you want to sell it because you have something extra, for example, you have one bike extra, you want to sell it off. Okay, you will not apply that much of efforts in it. Okay, you'll just maybe just put a board or something, and but you will not apply that much of effort. But if your business is to sell bikes, then you will give too many ads and the efforts will be more. So that is also one thing which has to be seen. ठीक है, तो efforts कितना हम effort लगा रहे हैं. Business transactions में businessman effort बहुत लगाता है. Okay, then periodicity of transaction. हालांकि हमने कहा कि isolated activity can also be termed as business. Okay, but periodicity of transaction is also important to judge a transaction whether it's business or not. ठीक है, business यानी आप normally क्या, you will do it very regularly, correct? Businessman महीने में एक बार नहीं बेचेगा, right? Businessman is selling something in a day, he will sell 40-50 pieces, something like that. Okay, so periodicity of the transaction. Periodicity यानी frequency बोल सकते हैं आप, कितने बार आप कर रहे हो. ठीक है, so how many times you are doing the transaction, that also you have to see. And then nature of transaction. Okay, whether incidental to business or not. पहले हमने देखे थे nature of commodity. Okay, nature of transaction, whether you are doing it as a business activity or a normal activity. Okay, so these are the things which are used to judge a transaction as business transaction or otherwise. ठीक है, so we have talked about business. We have talked about business. Now let's talk about profession. Okay. So profession includes vocation. It requires purely intellectual skill or manual skill on the basis of some special learning and qualification gathered through training and experience. ठीक है, जैसे when you practice, so CMA is called a profession, correct? CA, CMA, CS, doctor, lawyer, all these are professions basically. Okay, and the person who is doing is called a professional, right? And for professional skill is acquired after patient study, correct, in a college, university, institute. Okay, and application means applying your mind. It is experience, right? So just after completing your degree, you do not become a complete CMA or CA. After working for a while, you get good practical experience. Okay, and then you can say that you are an able CA, CMA or whatever. Okay, right? So profession requires intellectual skill or manual skill. Okay, based on some special learning and qualification. Okay, right? Or vocation is profession includes vocation. Okay, so vocation is little different to profession. As a group, it comes under profession. It's little different. Okay, for vocation, you need not have a big degree. For vocation, you need not have a big degree. You will have some natural talent. Using that, you will earn money. Okay, so vocation, natural ability to do some particular work, singing, dancing, etc. So vocation is different from hobby. Okay, in hobby you won't have earning feature, right? So if there is some function or something in your office, you can sing. You are going and singing. You're not expecting any money for that, correct? So that is a hobby, right? Vocation is something which the person is doing as an earning source, is using some talent. Okay, it's an earning means by which man passes his life. Okay, there is a person called Dabbu Uncle. You might have heard about him. डब्बू अंकल करके एक गाना वाना गाते हैं गोविंदा के. ठीक है, तो बेसिकली उनका काम ही है, ये अलग अलग फंक्शंस में जाते हैं और कुछ जो है कुछ सॉन्ग वॉन्ग परफॉर्म करते हैं. ठीक है, नॉर्मली इट इज ऑल गोविंदा सॉन्ग्स मोस्टली. Okay, so that is his main income now. Okay, so he had the talent of dancing for on Govinda's songs and all. ठीक है, तो काफी है थोड़े वेट भी है उनको, थोड़े मोटे हैं, बट इवन देन ही डांसेस वेल, सो दैट्स व्हाई वही अट्रैक्शन है उनका. ठीक है, सो दिस इज नथिंग बट अ वोकेशन. ओके, so even गूगल में आप डब्बू अंकल डालेंगे तो यू विल गेट हिज songs and all. So this is called as vocation. Basically, you have some talent, you are using it to gain money. Okay, so and similarly you can talk about some mimicry artists, correct? Mimicry artists, they have some special talent. Okay, they have not joined any major course, done a 4 or 5 years course and then learned mimicry. It's something which has come naturally. Okay, so ये इसको बोलते हैं vocation. So as a group, वोकेशन में जो अर्निंग है ना उसको भी प्रोफेशन के अंदर ही डाल देते हैं एज अ ग्रुप, ऑल्दो देयर इज दिस डिफरेंस बिटवीन प्रोफेशन एंड वोकेशन, ठीक है। सो इसमें ना सम एडिशनल notes. Okay, profit motive is essential for income to be charged under PGBP. Okay, profit motive is important. Activity for pleasure only is not business activity. ठीक है, जैसे मैंने बोला आप if you want to sing in your office, something like that, okay, that is not a business activity. Profit motive is required. Business versus profession, same treatment in income tax. ठीक है, बिजनेस एंड प्रोफेशन एब्सोल्युटली देयर इज नो डिफरेंस, हल्का सा थोड़ा सा कुछ सा फॉर सम प्रोफेशंस एंड ऑल यू हैव गॉट लिटिल बिट ऑफ डिफरेंस, ठीक है, बिकॉज ऑफ द वे अ प्रोफेशन इज सेटअप, ठीक है, दोनों का बिजनेस इन जनरल एंड प्रोफेशन, okay, the setup is different, and in profession normally, because professionals and all, they deal in cash mostly, okay, and they use hybrid system of accounting, whereas a businessman normally uses accrual basis of accounting, okay. Go to a doctor, even today you will pay him after a consultation 200 rupees or 100 rupees, 50 100 rupees, ये जो भी है आजकल 50 का तो जमाना नहीं रहा, right? So whatever we pay in cash even now, correct? Nowadays थोड़ा सा गूगल पे और ये सब यूपीआई वगैरह आ गया है, so many people have used that UPI and all, but still predominantly theirs is a cash business, correct? Professionals, you consult them and pay them in cash normally, okay. So but business and profession same treatment, ठीक है, under income tax act, right? So चलिए अब हम देखेंगे, ये हो गया, ये तो चीज हो गया। नेक्स्ट वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट section 28, okay. Section 28 is the charging section of PGBP, okay. So this defines what are the things that will be taxable under PGBP and what not, okay. So section 28 जो है वो लिस्ट करेगा कि क्या क्या चीजें PGBP में चार्ज होगी. Section 28 will enlist what are the items which will be chargeable to tax under this head, okay. So first one is profits and gains of any business or profession, ठीक है, this is the general one, profits and gains of any business or profession. Second one is compensation to a management agency, ठीक है, but this talks about some compensation, ठीक है, which you will get if you are stopping, say for example some compensation which you are getting because a contract has been terminated, ठीक है, आपका किसी के साथ जैसे कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट टर्मिनेट हो गया, okay, the contract was for 2 years, ठीक है, now he is terminating that contract and say paying you 50,000, okay, I'll pay you 50,000 as compensation, now we can terminate the contract. Things like this will come here, okay. The first will be person managing the affairs of an Indian company or any company in India, okay. So anyone, any manager in an Indian company, ठीक है, if his job is terminated or terms are modified and he gets a compensation, that will be PGBP, okay. So person holding agency in India, right? Anyone who has an agency, if that agency contract of agency is terminated, PGBP, right? Now these two are for anyone, any person, or vesting in government corporation owned controlled by the government of management, okay. यानी here is any person or company, whatever, okay, and their management, oh, okay, management is taken over by the government, ठीक है, something strategic would have been in that company or something. So from a national point of view, government is taking over, and then whenever government will do something like that, it will give a compensation. ठीक, compensation देगी आपको, right? And that is PGBP, chargeable to taxes, PGBP. Last is any person, and it's just a general statement. It brings many people into the ambit. Termination or modification of any contract relating to business. Okay, this is termination or modification of any contract relating to business. Okay, so it will be chargeable to tax as PGBP. Okay, so ये है second point, इसमें आ जाता है compensation of to management agency. It comes under all this. Okay, if compensation is given to any manager who is just doing a job, okay, he is just doing a job, then that will not come under PGBP. Okay, so next is income of trade or professional association. Okay, और कौन सा इनकम? फ्रॉम रेंडरिंग स्पेसिफिक सर्विसेज टू मेंबर्स. ठीक है, normally what happens for trade association, professional association, their income is not taxable because it's mutual. Okay, now see, ठीक है, what is a mutual association? Okay, so in a mutual association, for example, CAs, let us say CAs have founded a club. ठीक, it's just for relaxation. Any CA can come relax there, and he has to just pay some, say, monthly subscription or something. Okay, everyone pays that. Okay, and nobody is taking money out of it. They're just investing it in the club. Any income also, if it comes, they're putting it in the club only. Nobody is taking out any profit. Such thing is called as a mutual association. Okay, so उसमें म्यूचुअल एसोसिएशन में क्या होता है? प्रॉफिट बाहर नहीं जाता है. Nobody takes out the profit. Okay, suppose there are these 4 CAs who are coming. Okay, these 4 CAs, A, B, C, D. Okay, they have given subscription. Okay, so this is a mutual association, running as a mutual association. Now, so is there is an association, so gradually many different kind of people will be there. Okay, let us say there is some person. Okay, a person E. Okay, now he wants a professional suggestion. ठीक है, ऐसा कई बार होता है ना, आप लोग अगर हम कहीं घूमने उमने जाते हैं, या ठीक है कहीं कोई इसमें फंक्शन वगैरह में जाते हैं, करेक्ट, वहां कोई डॉक्टर वॉक्टर मिल जाता है पहचान का, अगर हम ही बता देते, अरे ये हाथ में इसमें थोड़ा दर्द है, इसके लिए कुछ बता दो, वी जस्ट टेल देम, राइट, दैट फील्ड में हम लोग भी टेक कंसल्टेशन, इट हैपेंस, राइट, मेनी टाइम्स. ओके, सो यू सी अ डॉक्टर, एंड यू, if you see a doctor or someone, you can just, if you see a, say, CA or something, okay, your known person, just on the go you will ask, is this stock good, shall I invest in this stock? Okay, this is common, right? So वैसे ही यहाँ पे suppose there is a person E. ठीक है, now he is taking a suggestion from a CA. Okay, ठीक है, he is taking a suggestion from a CA. Okay, this is called as specific services. So for this, otherwise क्या करना पड़ता था उसको? What he would have had to do? He would have had to go to office of A. Okay, and then A will charge some consultation fee. This would have happened, but because they are in this club or something, ठीक है, in most cases he'll charge money also, but he will put it in the association. Okay, he will not take it back. Okay, so in this case, this suggestion, now this becomes a taxable income. Value of this suggestion is a taxable income because it is not within the concept of association. It is a specific service. Okay, इसका नाम होता है specific service. Okay, and here if you see income of a trade or professional association, ठीक है, So all these associations, you have got several associations, ठीक है, trade associations and all that. Okay, so they don't earn from their members, ठीक है, it's just for the well-being of the members. Okay, so but if they render specific services, जैसे मैंने समझाया अभी, then that is taxable. Otherwise, income of trade and professional association is not taxable. Why? It is mutual. Okay, but specific services are taxable. ठीक है, स्पेसिफिक सर्विस यानी ये बात हो गई कि ये आया कुछ किसी और काम से है, इसको देख लिया यहाँ से काम ले लिया, बीच में दूसरा कुछ काम ले लिया, राइट? दिस वर्क इज टैक्सेबल जस्ट बिकॉज दिस वर्क was taken within a club doesn't mean it is not taxable, correct? So these are called as specific services. So याद रखना ये term, ठीक है? So this can be asked to test your knowledge whether you know what is specific services, ठीक है? If specific rendering specific services means it is taxable as PGBP. Okay. Now next is एक्सपोर्ट इंसेंटिव, ठीक है, ये भी काफी इंटरेस्टिंग पॉइंट है. एक्सपोर्ट इंसेंटिव, ओके, सो देयर आर 3-4 different types of export incentives which we will discuss here, which will be taxable as PGBP. Okay, one is profit on sale of import license. Okay, so this import license, what is this import license? I'll tell you. Okay, first of all, you will have, okay, say we have a businessman in India. Okay, for now let's consider this is Indian space. Okay, and let us say this is a foreign country. Okay, and then, okay, this is another foreign country. Okay, so what this person is doing, basically his business is, okay, he imports something from here. Okay, he imports something from here, works on it, okay, works on it and exports the final goods to another country. Okay, this is the business this person is doing. Okay, so here, so for doing this work, okay, now he is, for this work he will need to get his inputs from the foreign country. Okay, so the government of India gives such person a license. Okay, he gets a license called import license. Okay, so using this import license, he can readily import whenever he wants and export whenever he wants. Okay, so this import license basically is help him generate PGBP income. Sometimes what happens when, if this person wants to move out of this field, okay, he sells this import license. He sells this import license to another person. Okay, so he's selling it to, okay, this is selling it to another person, and on selling he is getting some money. Okay, he's getting some money. So basically he was using this license, okay, specifically to generate business income. Okay, so which is why what is said here is, if he sells his license and gets a profit, okay, then that profit is not capital profit, it will be treated as PGBP profit. Because if he would have continued to hold it, he would continue to have generated PGBP profit. Okay, so which is why profit on sale of such import license is deemed to be PGBP. Okay, profit and gains of business or profession. Okay, so this is called as import license, profit on sale of import license. Next is duty entitlement passbook. ये मैं आपको लास्ट में समझाऊंगा here. ठीक है, after a point it will become simpler to explain. Next is cash assistance receivable by an exporter or under a scheme of government of India. Okay, so cash assistance में क्या होता है ना, it's also similar to what I've This was an export incentive. So now government of India, it wants you to do an export, okay, to increase India's export value. It wants you to do an export. But you are saying now here I am getting a price of 100. Okay. Right, I'm getting a price of 100. Unless I get 120, it doesn't work out. I need at least 120 per piece. Okay, otherwise, I will not be able to sustain. Okay. So then the government thinks, the government wants this export to happen, to develop export. Okay. The government will say that, okay, you do one thing, you continue with this, we will give you 20 rupees. This 20 rupees is less, right? We will give you 20 rupees, you continue with the export. Okay. So this is done only where strategically it's very important that for the government that export starts. Then they'll give that. So basically, from the this businessman's point of view, this is like his revenue only, right? This is revenue only. So that's why it is chargeable to taxes PGBP. Okay. So sale of import license and cash assistance. Next is duty drawback. Duty drawback is something also, all these are related concepts actually. Okay. So duty drawback, what happens is, okay, so let's say this is export. Okay, this is government. So basically this is India. Okay, and say this is import. Okay, so import country. Let me say import. So basically from a foreign country, okay, from a foreign country, the businessman is importing. Okay, pehla the first case which I told you, pehla wala, and then he is exporting to the foreign country. ठीक है, एक मिनट वैसे ही मैं समझाता हूँ. Okay, so say this is India. Okay, this is a foreign country. Okay, and this is the country you want to export. Okay, so now what happens is duty drawback is this. Now you will be reading customs in your indirect taxation later on. Okay, so here what happens is when you import something, import duty is paid. Okay, import duty is paid, which is tax. But if you are using the same thing and exporting it again, for promotion of export, this duty is taken back. So first you have to charge import duty on imports. Okay, it's a tax on imports. But you are not importing it for use in India. If you are using it to export something, okay, then for export, government has lots of export promotion schemes. So one of such schemes is duty drawback. Okay, so in duty drawback, what the government says is, okay, if you're exporting the same thing, say you have paid import duty of 50 here, when you export at that time, I will give you back. Okay, we'll give you a drawback of duty. Okay, so basically, so import duty, now if you see your P&L, okay, you will have value of goods, purchase values, value of goods, plus some taxes, indirect taxes. Okay, all this total to total value of goods, correct? This is your total value of goods. So if your taxes are drawn, you are getting drawback of taxes, then the value of your goods is reducing, correct? That means you are gaining profit to that extent, correct? Right? So that drawback should be charged to taxes PGBP then, right? This import duty, this amount was going to be charged as his purchase price. It would have added to the purchase price. Okay. By drawback, he could reduce his purchase price. Right? so he could increase his profit to that extent. That's why duty drawback is also PGBP. Okay, chargeable to taxes PGBP. ठीक है, लास्ट चीज एक रह गया समझाने का, जो मैंने पहले फर्स्ट सेंटेंस में आपको बोला था, DEPB, ड्यूटी एंटाइटलमेंट पासबुक। ठीक है, ये बिल्कुल यही है आपका ड्यूटी, इसी का दूसरा तरीका है करने का। ठीक है, अब ये क्या होता है, अब ये सोचिए आप, ये बिजनेसमैन एक महीने में 500 ट्रांजैक्शंस करता होगा। ओके, he might be doing 500 transactions per month, right? So 500 times he has to go and get duty drawback, right? And even drawback in the end देंगे तो government की authorities ना, custom authorities will give, right? So it will cause them also to be busy too much, correct? So many businessmen coming to them so many times, correct? So for this, a scheme was introduced called duty entitlement passbook. So here what is done is, it does the same thing. Okay, by logic it is the same as your duty drawback. The thing is, government just sees who all are regular exporters. To them they give a passbook. Okay, they'll give them what? A passbook. Okay, so let's say something like this and this. Okay, this is a passbook which they have given to them. So in passbook here, they'll just see what is his annual transaction, right? So they'll credit the duty amount, that much duty amount to this passbook. Okay, because they now know that what is his general transaction. They can do it once in 3 months or whatever be the period. Okay, so they will basically credit it. So whenever he takes the import, whenever he does the import here, he doesn't have to pay import duty. He just has to provide the passbook. If he provides the passbook, तो ये ड्यूटी का अमाउंट यहाँ क्रेडिट हो जाएगा, इसमें से माइनस हो जाएगा। ओके, सो इट इज लाइक व्हेन ही गोज फॉर एक्सपोर्ट, दैट क्लर्क विल नॉट बी एंगेज्ड नाउ। ठीक है, ये ऑटोमेटिकली ये होते जा रहा है। ओके, दिस विल गेट डेबिटेड, इन बिटवीन देयर विल बी सम मैकेनिज्म फॉर देम टू keep checking whether it is going on properly or not. This is just to speed up transaction. Okay, so this is called duty entitlement passbook. So this is also sold. So basically here also whatever is your drawback you are getting, that also will be chargeable to tax. ठीक है, drawback will be chargeable to tax. Same है ना, same logic, कुछ भी different नहीं है. But if you sell this to someone, okay, so each time you are using it and you are getting some business income, correct? The duty drawback was your business income. So if you are selling it for one price to someone, the whole thing will be treated as business income. ठीक है, so duty drawback का individual transaction or selling it fully, both are business income. ठीक है, okay, understood? These are the 4 concepts, okay, of export incentive. Perquisite from business or profession. ठीक है, car, for any perquisite which you are getting through business or profession is PGBP. Example is an authorized dealer, he is receiving car for reaching target. ठीक है, any perquisite जो आपको business or profession में अगर मिलता है, okay, through the other party with whom you are doing business, it is a PGBP income. तो ये वाला जो perquisite है ना, ये आपको सैलरी के perquisite में नहीं डालेंगे। ठीक है, in salary there will be only that perquisite which comes from salary. Okay, remuneration to partner. Now remuneration means salary, correct? Salary to partner. Now partner, what does a partner get? ठीक है, when a firm gets profit, correct? Firm earns profit. ठीक है, this profit should be what? PGBP, correct? Now this profit can have different names. ठीक है, partner can take something calling salary, his own salary. Okay, they can take something saying interest on capital. There can be different names, ठीक है, but in the end all these are parts of a profit only, business profit. Okay, so which is why all these of a firm are chargeable to tax as business income. Okay, remuneration to partner, business income. Fine. Now next is amount received or receivable under a for a certain agreement in cash or kind. This is for not carrying out an activity in relation to business or profession, not sharing any know-how, patent, copyright, trademark, license, franchise. Okay, these are all intangible assets. ठीक है, आपके पास कोई कुछ चीज बनाने का ट्रेडमार्क है, किस कोई आपसे ले रहा है, is saying okay, you give me this patent, a particular patent for manufacturing, but he says if you give it to others also, then it is not helpful to me. So I will, you give me the patent, okay, give me the patent, I'll give you 2 crores per patent, okay, plus I will give you 1 crore more, you don't share it with others. ठीक है, तो ये इनकम की बात कर रहे हैं, दिस इनकम इज पीजीबी फॉर नॉट शेयरिंग एनीथिंग. ओके, and not carrying out any activity in relation to business or profession. Okay, so इसमें का और एक एग्जांपल वही है आपका पेन का. ओके, say for example now Rotomac is a pen company. Okay, or it is having very good business here. Okay, so it's earning profit of say 50 crores per year profit. Okay, now Reynolds is entering the same field. Okay, Reynolds is entering the same field. Now Rotomac feels that if Reynolds comes in, then my profit will definitely become 30 crores in future, because they will take a market share. So what they are doing, instead of that, they are saying to Reynolds, okay, I'm giving you 5 crores upfront. Take 5 crores and don't do business in this area. Okay, so this can be another way of doing it. So here, इनका क्या फायदा हो गया? They will now, instead of 30 crores, they will end up at 45 crores. Correct? 5 crores they have paid to Reynolds. And for Reynolds, it is like they have to, establish everything and all that. Okay, instead of that, they are getting 5 crores, they can do the same business in some other area. Correct? So they will also take and leave. Okay, so ये है आपका not carrying out any activity in relation to business or profession. Okay, this is an example of that. Exceptions. Transfer of right to manufacture taxable under capital gains. Exceptions means what will not be taxable. ठीक है, यहाँ पे right to manufacture is taxable under capital gains. ठीक है, it is treated as a capital asset. Okay, right to manufacture is capital gains. Second is compensation from the multilateral fund of Montreal Protocol on substances that deplete the ozone layer under the UN Environment Program, an agreement entered into with the government of India. So what is this? So this is a UN initiative. ठीक है, so what it says is this is for ozone. ये पूरा याद रखने की जरूरत नहीं है, क्या है मैं बता देता हूँ आपको. Okay, so here for certain companies which emit some harmful things. Okay, it emits some harmful things and it is depleting the ozone layer. Okay, so UN will give them compensation and they will say you stop doing that. Okay, you establish some other process or something, but stop this activity. For them, UN will give a compensation. Okay, so this compensation from UN is exempt from tax. As we have seen, UN से सब कुछ salary हो, pension हो, everything is exempt from UN. Correct? Similarly, this compensation is also exempt. Okay, the next point is Keyman insurance policy. हमने कई बार बात किया है. right? I told you that Keyman insurance policy will come in. It came in salaries. It will also come in income from other sources. It will also come in PGBP. करेक्ट? ठीक है? तो Keyman इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी आपको मालूम है, आप लोगों को प्रीवियस यू हैव टू कीप ऑन रिवाइजिंग. ओके, अनलेस यू रिवाइज यू विल नॉट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज गोइंग ऑन अहेड. ठीक है? तो आपके प्रीवियस लेक्चर जब तक अपडेटेड नहीं रहेंगे, आप लोगों को यू विल नॉट गेट दैट ग्रिप. ठीक है? कीमैन इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी. कीमैन इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी होता ये है कि ओके, ये एक, दिस इज अ बिजनेसमैन, बिजनेस. ओके, ही हैज एन एम्प्लॉय. ही इज अ वेरी की एम्प्लॉय. ठीक है? कुछ एम्प्लॉयज होते हैं बहुत स्किल्ड. इफ से ही मीट्स विद एन एक्सीडेंट और डाइज व्हाटएवर, okay, the company will lose, let us say, 5 crores. Okay, that much critical work he was doing. Okay, so what the business does is uh, it takes out an insurance policy. This is called as key man insurance policy. Key man means is the key person of the organization. Okay, very important person. That's why name itself is what? Key man insurance policy. Right? So this is how the policy is taken. So whenever say something happens, some event happens because of which they are getting this 5 crores now. Okay, so if the business is getting, it will be chargeable to taxes PGBP. Okay, and normally there is some part which the employee also gets. This will be taxable as salaries. In place of employee, if he is an agent, then it will be chargeable to taxes IOS. Okay, ये है आपका कीमैन इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी. Next is conversion of stock into capital asset. So this we will deal with in little later in detail. ठीक है? Conversion of stock into capital asset is PGBP income. Okay, recovery against certain capital assets covered under 35 AD. This is a detailed section which we are going to cover. Okay, just understand this. इसमें क्या है? You get a deduction. ठीक है? You get a 100% deduction. And then if you get some recovery out of it, okay, if you get recovery, then what happens? That part, that recovery is chargeable to taxes business income. Okay, okay, especially when you sell the assets and all before the time mentioned. ठीक है? तो ये क्या है? तो इसको ये हम पूरा डिटेल में देखने वाले हैं. इट्स अ बिग सेक्शन. ओके, 35 AD. So then other points regarding PGBP income. ठीक है? PGBP and IOS computed as per method of accounting regularly adopted by the SSC. ठीक है? We have discussed this already. Assessing officer can make a best judgment assessment if he believes accounts are not correct. ठीक है? If AO feels that the accounts are not correct, right, or they have not followed accounting standards, he can make his own assessment called best judgment assessment. Okay, income includes negative income. Okay, negative income, when you are talking about income, okay, it includes negative income. So when answer is negative income comes, right, you just do it in bracket. Okay, notional profit, sole proprietor's salary, it is not considered. Okay, same person cannot pay salary to same person, correct? I cannot pay salary to myself. So sole proprietor's salary and all, it is not considered. So why these things are used? Just to inflate the expenses and reduce the profit. So don't consider notional profits like sole proprietor's salary. Okay, anticipated profit or loss. Okay, this is again ये है कुछ provision, जैसे provision for doubtful debts, or you are expecting some profit or loss. So it has not yet accrued. You haven't earned it, you are expecting it. So that has no treatment in PGBP. Okay, whether business is legal or illegal, same treatment. Okay, illegal business is also taxable. Okay, compilation of all income of business or profession. You've got 10 business. It's basically in PGBP, income from all your business will be clubbed together. Okay, business must be carried on during the previous year, at least some part of the previous year. Okay, so business must be carried on at least for one day during the previous year. Okay, so exception to point 7, where business need not be carried on for any day and still it will be taxable as PGBP, is discontinued business. If you have discontinued the business, it's possible that some recovery you will get later on, correct? But the business is not there. So it is taxable then, right? This is income received after discontinuance charged to tax in the year of receipt. Okay, so now all these are chargeable to taxes PGBP, all of these. Okay, recovery of an amount earlier allowed as deduction. Okay, you have allowed earlier, you have allowed deduction. Okay, earlier you have allowed as deduction, and you have got some recovery. So basically what it means is deduction का क्या मतलब है आपका? ठीक है, this is your P&L. This is your P&L. Debit and credit. ठीक है, and say this is your profit is say 1000. So last time what you said is okay. You have bad debts. You've taken deduction say of bad debts of 100. That means what? Of 1000 now only 900 will be taxable, correct? Okay. But what if you are receiving this back in a future year? ठीक है, आप bad बोल के आपने यहाँ पे cutting ली है उसका deduction. Okay, you've taken the deduction saying it is bad, right? What if you get it back in the future year? Correct. If you get it back, then actually in this year full 1000 should have been taxed, correct? And what was taxed is 900. So that 100 which you are recovering, that will be taxed in the year of receipt. Okay, understood? Okay, so recovery, any amount allowed earlier is allowed as any amount which is earlier allowed as deduction and recovered now, okay, is taxable. Same is this point. See, bad debt recovery, which was earlier allowed as deduction. All these are taxable. Okay, I'm just moving this. Okay, so this point, if you see, bad debt recovery, same as that point. Okay, and next is balancing charge. Okay, this will cover soon. Okay, not today, it's also separate topic. These are some bigger topics, so which is why we cannot have a discussion at this stage. Okay, because we're going to have a detailed discussion on this. So similarly, balancing charge. Okay, so balancing charge is basically a credit. Okay, it is a credit item. Okay, so you get it after you sell off the asset. Okay, if you sell off the asset and you get it, okay, so then you will have to charge it to tax, even if the business is not in even if the business has been discontinued. ठीक है, बैलेंसिंग चार्ज एक क्रेडिट है, उतना याद रखो अभी के लिए आप. ठीक है, तो हम बात करें, दो चीजें होती है इसमें, टर्मिनल डेप्रिसिएशन एंड बैलेंसिंग चार्ज. सो विल डिस्कस दैट टुगेदर. ओके, सो यहाँ पे बस यही है, हमको बस थोड़ा एक्सेप्शंस देख रहे हैं हम लोग. ओके, नेक्स्ट ऑल्सो सेल ऑफ एसेट यूज्ड फॉर साइंटिफिक रिसर्च. साइंटिफिक रिसर्च ऑल्सो विल बी डूइंग सेपरेटली. यहाँ भी वही है, ये एक्चुअली ये सारी चीजों का जो है ना, लॉजिक एक ही है, दैट यू हैव टेकन डिडक्शन, सम डिडक्शन अर्लियर in all these cases. You have taken some deduction, okay, and then you have some recovery against it. Okay, so that is the logic about it. And this is amount recovered, withdrawn from a reserve created under this section. Okay, this also will come later on. इसमें क्या होता है ना, यू हैव दिस रिजर्व इज क्रिएटेड एंड यू गेट सम डिडक्शन. इफ यू पुट अमाउंट इन दिस रिजर्व यू गेट सम अमाउंट एज डिडक्शन. ठीक है. सो विच इज वाई जो है, अगर इफ यू सो यू हैव पुट अमाउंट इन द रिजर्व एंड यू हैव टेकन डिडक्शन, after taking deduction if you have withdrawn that amount then the purpose is lost, right? So again it is treated as income. ऐसा ही है. ये सारे चीजें हम पढ़ेंगे आगे, okay, in detail. Okay, even each one of these actually will be covered later. Even this point, ये और ये भी हम देखेंगे. Okay, everything will be covered in future. Okay, so now next is what? Incomes not taxable under the head PGBP. ठीक है. We'll see incomes not taxable under the head PGBP. ठीक है. तो चलिए एक ब्रेक लेते हैं अभी. 9:36. ठीक है. 5 minutes. You can stay in the call. Okay. वो cancel, that one was cancelled because we needed a new video for new chapter. Okay. Okay, right. So next is income not taxable under PGBP. Okay, so of course, rent from house property is not taxable. Okay, even if associate's business is letting properties on rent. Okay, basically, like say he has got 50 houses, he has let it on rent, and every month he collects rent. That is his main source of income. Even then, it will be chargeable to tax as income from house property. Okay, property is held as stock in trade. Still, if you have let it out, it will be income from house property. Only if letting is incidental to business, then PGBP. Okay, that is, for example, you have built a place for your workers, right? So and your workers are staying there, and you are taking some subsidized rent or something from that. That will be business income. Okay, because that is to aid your business. Rent from house property. Dividend is always income from other sources. Okay, dividend on shares is always income from other sources. Okay, even if you are a dealer in shares and shares are your stock in trade, still income from other sources only, dividend. But interest, okay, interest on securities is PGBP. Okay, interest on securities even held as stock in trade is PGBP. Okay, interest on normal securities will be income from other sources. Okay, but if you're it is stock in trade of your business, then interest is PGBP. Just remember, so there is different treatment for dividend on shares and interest on securities. Okay, remember that. So even if shares are stock in trade, still dividend will be income from other sources always. But interest on securities held as stock in trade is what? PGBP. Okay. Then winning from races, lotteries, races, crossword puzzles, this is all always income from other sources. Okay, but again, there is an exception. If you have an unsold lottery ticket, okay, the business is selling lottery ticket. Say at the end of the day, you have 2 tickets left. You couldn't sell it. But next day morning, you saw you got the reward lottery. Then that reward will be PGP. Okay? Then exempted income by virtue of 10, 11, 13. Yes, so there are some incomes which come under exempt incomes. Okay? So all exempt incomes, of course, will not be chargeable to tax under PGBP. And next is some chargeable to tax under capital gains for the purpose of section 27 VA. That is profit on sale of route permits, etc. Okay. So these are things which are chargeable to tax under capital gains. So basically, here uh, there are two things. Okay, if you are selling complete interest, full interest when you are selling, it is, for example, route permit. Complete interest is being sold, then it is chargeable to taxes capital gains. Okay, it will not be chargeable to taxes PGBP. Okay, it will be treated as a capital asset sold off. Okay, now what are certain expenditures allowed as deduction? Now, one is capital expenditure is disallowed, okay, unless expressly allowed. Otherwise, capital expenditure which will always be disallowed. Revenue will be allowed. Okay, then expenditure of non-assessable business is not deductible. Non-assessable business means you might have 5 business. One is not taxable, one is exempt business. Okay, so in that case, expense of that exempt business you cannot club with income of this business. Okay, so it is non-deductible. Expenditure must relate to business of the assessee. Okay, so it must, you cannot add any personal income and all, personal expenditure and all that. Okay, anticipated loss or expenditure, we already know it is not deductible, correct? And notional expenditure also is not deductible. These two we have seen before itself. Onus to prove lies with the SSE. Onus to prove lies with the SSE. So SSE will have to prove this. If it is capital expenditure or if it's revenue expenditure, he has to prove it. Okay. So next, so this is this part, and next we'll talk about some specific deductions. Okay, these are the specific deductions under PGBP. We finished section 28, which was basis of charge. Section 29 gives the list of admissible expenditure. Okay, so basically from sections 30 to 43 dB are the list of admissible expenditure. Okay, starting with section 30 now, which is rent, rate, repairs, taxes, and insurance for building. Okay, specifically this is building. We are talking about building here. Okay, rent, rates, taxes, repairs, and insurance. Okay, even acronym here, that is a short form called RRIT. Okay, rent, repairs, insurance, tax. Okay, rates are nothing but tax only. Rates and taxes are same thing. Okay, rent, repairs, insurance, tax, RRIT. Just to remember it. Okay. Building. Okay, so building must be used for the purpose of business or profession. Okay, that is the first condition. Rent paid to proprietor is disallowed, but rent paid by firm to its partner is allowed. Okay, and then current versus capital repair. Only current repairs are allowed. Okay, current repairs are allowed, capital repairs are not allowed, whether the SSE is a tenant or landlord. Okay, so capital repairs are not allowed, only current repairs are allowed. And taxes, municipal taxes on cash basis, on payment basis, it is deductible. Okay, deductible on cash basis. This is about the first one, which is RRIT for building. Okay, rent, repairs, insurance, tax of building. Okay. Next is repairs and insurance of machinery, plant and furniture. First we did what? Building. Now we are doing what? Machinery, plant and furniture. Okay. So this is now, there it was RRIT, correct? Rent, repairs, insurance, tax. There is no rent here. Only repairs and insurance. Okay. So here also condition is the same. Asset must be used for the purpose of business or profession. Okay. If partly used for business or profession, then proportionate deduction is allowed by the AO. Okay. If you are using it partly for your personal purpose, partly for business, then AO, assessing officer, will give you a proportional deduction. Okay. Only current repairs, same conditions as there as building. Okay. Now here rent is not allowed here, correct? Rent is not there. So rent, if you want to take that, but it is possible, right? Machinery you have got on rent is possible, and if you've got on rent, then the rent should be deductible that way, correct? So rent paid is deductible, but under a different section. There is a residuary section 37(1). Okay, for any deduction, if you do not have any express section, that will go to 37(1). So rent for use of machinery is also deductible. Okay, but not under this section. Okay, understood? So we finished building and machinery, plant, furniture. Okay. Next is depreciation. Okay, this is an interesting part. Now depreciation, section 32, very famous section. Okay, so for depreciation you have got two different grouping of assets. One is tangible assets. Tangible means what you can touch, feel, and all that. Physical assets. So tangible assets are building, machinery, plant, and furniture. Four categories are there. Intangible assets: know-how, copyright, trademark, patent, license, franchise, or any other business or commercial rights of similar nature, acquired on or after 1/4/1998. Okay, goodwill is not there. See, okay, so goodwill is excluded. Okay, in this. So basically now these are two main groups that we have got: tangible assets and intangible assets. Now conditions for claiming depreciation is asset must be owned and used for the purpose of business or profession during the previous year. Okay, owned and used for business or profession during the previous year. Okay, so for beneficial owner, okay, you are the owner. Basically, you are beneficially owning it, but it is in someone else's name. Okay, but you are owning it, and that person has also kept it with you. Basically, you are maintaining it. Okay, so in that case, you are the beneficial owner and you will get depreciation. Okay, co-owner, you are owning it with someone, say 50-50 or in any proportion. Depreciation on proportionate basis. Property acquired on hire purchase, you acquire it on hire purchase or installment. In both cases, depreciation will be allowed to you. Okay, next is what? Capital expenditure by lessee. Capital expenditure on property by the lessee. Okay, person who has taken it on lease, he has done capital expenditure, it is admissible. Okay, this lessee is also here an example of a beneficial owner. Okay, property is not in his name, but he is now using for a long term, so he'll get the deduction. Okay, he is one of the examples of beneficial owner. Passive versus active use. Passive use or active use? Okay, active use is when the machinery is running and all that. That is active use, that we know. What is passive use? Means ready to use. Ready to use मतलब क्या होता है? जैसे कई बार आपका generator और there are things like that. Some assets have to be kept ready to use. Okay, it's possible that ठीक है आपने generator लगा दिए आज, ठीक है, generator you have used. Okay, you have installed generator, but now current का बहुत अच्छा पोजीशन है वहां पे, 3 months तक के पावर कट हुआ ही नहीं आपका, तो आपको ये जनरेटर का 3 महीने का डेप्रिसिएशन आपको मिलेगा कि नहीं? दैट इज द क्वेश्चन. करेक्ट. So this is called as passive use and you will get depreciation. So the asset is ready to use. Okay, if it is ready to use then ठीक है, अगर वो पैक्ड है तब नहीं मिलेगा आपको. आपने इसको कनेक्ट कर दिया, you have connected it, it is ready to use, you will get depreciation even if it is not actually used. Okay, so partly used for business or profession, proportional depreciation as determined by EO, right? Then house property let out for smooth running of business. ठीक है, for smooth running of business means जैसे you have let it out to workers, okay, or you have let it out to some other offices and all for smooth running of business, then depreciation is admissible. ठीक है, and rent is chargeable as PGBP, whatever you are receiving. Okay, section 53A of Transfer of Property Act. Again here the property is not in your name. ठीक है, you can remotely you can say another example of beneficial owner. Correct, property is not in your name but you are now using it, you are the owner now. Owner cannot evict you also, so admissible. ठीक है, समझ गए ये पार्ट? These are just some, ये कब मिलेगा कब नहीं मिलेगा, that we are examining. Okay, now for charging depreciation, assets are classified as block of assets. Okay, what is block of assets? They are group of assets of the same nature. Group of assets of the same nature in respect of which same rate of depreciation is charged. Okay, fall in the same block क्या होना पड़ेगा? One asset must be of same nature. यानी furniture means furniture ही होना पड़ेगा. Okay, furniture and building will never be in the same block. Okay, similarly machinery and furniture will not be in the same block. That's called same nature. Okay, either building, furniture, machinery. Okay, and last is and rate of depreciation must be same. So जरूरी नहीं है कि मशीनरी में हम देखेंगे, in machinery there are several rates, although it falls under machinery everything, but there are different rates. ठीक है, so machinery में to form one block it should be machinery and it should have the same depreciation rate. ठीक है, so machinery with different rates will form different blocks. ठीक है, okay, and in taxation only written down value method is available. ठीक है, तो आपको SLM से आप नहीं कर सकते हो. ठीक है, only for power generating and distributing company they have a choice whether they can go for SLM or WDV. All others have to do it at WDV method. ठीक है, right? So this is one main thing, that in taxation you get only WDV method. Okay, except power generating company. अच्छा, अब कैलकुलेट कैसे होता है ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. ओके, इसको आप ध्यान से देखेंगे. दिस वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. कैलकुलेशन ऑफ डेप्रिसिएशन. ओके, यू ऑलवेज हैव टू कैलकुलेट इट लाइक दिस. So WDV at the beginning of the previous year, written down value of the block. ठीक है, so block wise you have to calculate. In the block you might have 5-6 assets. Okay, you have to total it and calculate here. WDV of the block at the beginning of the previous year. Add assets acquired, that is purchases. ठीक है, this is add purchases. ठीक है, then this will be your first WDV. Okay, then add purchases, then this is the adding to, we're getting say this value, and then here you will say less assets sold during the previous year. Okay, these are the assets sold, right? Whether asset is sold on the first day of the previous year or last day of the previous year, it will come here only always. Okay, first you will add assets acquired and then only you will show assets sold here. ठीक है, okay, less assets sold, and here what you get is called written down value before depreciation. This should not be negative. ठीक है, written down value. अब on this value we charge depreciation. ठीक है, less depreciation. यहाँ पे जैसे example 10% से यहाँ पे here are examples for you. ठीक है, see here WDV is 1000 minus plus 200 gives you 1200. Then this is less sales, so this gives you 700. Okay, now depreciation say 10% of 700 is 70. 700 minus 70 is 630. It is the opening WDV on the last day of the current year. Okay, or on the first day of the next year. Okay, last day of current year will be first day of next year. Correct? ये फॉर्मेट है, इससे हम डेप्रिसिएशन कैलकुलेट करते हैं. विल डू सम एग्जांपल्स ऑफ दिस. And depreciation not to be charged in two cases. One, sale proceeds exceeds opening WDV plus assets acquired. That means ये जो आपका sale proceed is this, correct? So if this one is, if it exceeds this 1200, so if it becomes 1300, okay, then you should not charge depreciation. Then no depreciation. Okay, if this exceeds the WDV plus assets acquired. Okay, and second is block does not have an asset. Okay, but its value is positive. So all assets of the block are sold. Here now, less assets sold. What has happened? Everything has been sold, let us say. But still you have a written down value of 700 here. Okay, then you should not charge depreciation. Okay, this will be treated as short-term capital loss. Okay, okay. Then or another thing is see, depreciation at 50%. This is also a unique quality of depreciation charged in taxation where it is different from accounting. So if asset is acquired and put to use for less than 180 days, okay, then your depreciation is you can only charge depreciation for 50 days. तो हमारे जो करंट प्रीवियस ईयर है वो है 1 अप्रैल 2021 टू 31 मार्च 2022। तो इसमें अगर आपने एसेट अक्वायर किए हो 3 अक्टूबर को, आप कैलकुलेट करके देख लेना। 3 अक्टूबर से 3 अक्टूबर को अगर कोई एसेट आपने लिए हैं तो 31 मार्च 2022 तक एग्जैक्ट 180 डेज होगा आपका। Okay, if you have bought an asset on 3rd October 2021, it will be exactly used for 180 days. And if you purchased for before this, it will be more than 180 days. Okay, so whenever any asset is purchased in the problem, remember this date. If purchased after 3rd of April, then remember that straight away it is 50% depreciation. Okay, चलिए अब ये हम देखते हैं कुछ some depreciation rates. Okay, so first is your block of buildings. These are your buildings. ठीक है, so buildings residential 5%. Okay, non-residential buildings 10%, like godown, office, factory, hotels, boarding. Temporary constructions are 40%. So if it is your house, how much will be the depreciation percent? अगर आपका घर हम ले लेंगे, take for an example your house, what will be the depreciation percent?
5%.
5%? ये जो रेजिडेंशियल है ये वो नहीं है जो घर में हम लोग रहते हैं, वो नहीं है, ये बिजनेस का है। बिजनेस का रेजिडेंशियल है, मतलब अगर जो वर्कर्स लोगों के लिए अगर घर रखा है उन्होंने, ओके, इफ दे हैव kept a house for workers and all, that is for residential purpose, ठीक है। or they have given a house to any director or something for residential purpose, that is 5%, ठीक है। तो ये this will be a business asset. आपका घर मतलब you will not get depreciation for it at all. ओके, तो ये है आपका
Okay.
ये आपका रेजिडेंशियल बिल्डिंग्स का मतलब, ठीक है। एंड डेप्रिसिएशन इज 5% ऑन दिस। नॉन रेजिडेंशियल विल बी go down office, factories, hotels, boardings. Even in hotels and all, it will be called as non-residential. Residential means when you are staying with a family kind of, घर जैसे, ओके, घर जैसी चीज दिया है अगर आपको रहने के लिए, फ्लैट और हाउस, okay, not like a hotel where you are staying for some days, not like that, okay. So these will be non-residential and depreciation rate is more, 10%. Temporary is 40%. Temporary construction, क्यों इसका देखिए मैं आपको I'll show you one image. ये क्या है मालूम है आपको? दिस पिक्चर इज एक्चुअली सेट ऑफ अ मूवी। ठीक है, ये सेट है, लगान पिक्चर का सेट है। ठीक है, तो ऐसी चीजें आती है टेम्पररी कंस्ट्रक्शंस। These kind of things come under temporary constructions. This set of Lagan movie. So after the work is completed, then it gets demolished. Okay. So such constructions will get depreciation at 40% rate. Okay. So then next is furniture. ठीक है, furniture including electrical fittings is 10. So building का base rate is 5%, first one, and furniture is say 10, double of it. Okay. So 5% it will increase the base rates. I'll show you. Okay, then after that you have got plant and machinery. There are many more in plant and machinery. One is 20% for ocean going ships, vessels, and speedboats. All ships kind of things, okay, will have 20%. Ocean going vehicles, 20%. Okay, and this is 20%, and here 30% is what? Motor car, including buses and lorries. Okay, used for hiring purpose. है ना, टैक्सी, बस, लॉरी, ट्रक, ये सब जो है, all this have a depreciation rate of 30%. Okay, so now see there is, ये है, इसके बाद में एक आपका separate, this is there. Okay, ये same आपका जो previous में whatever we have seen, it is for the same thing. Okay, so here you can just see plant and machinery acquired and put to use between this date. Okay, which is 23/8/2019 to 31/3/2020. Okay, so it's 9, 10, 11, 12, about 7 months. Okay, just for 7 months, this rate is there. ये जो आपका 20% था, this is 30% for this date range. And this 30%, this 30, sorry, एक मिनट. So this, sorry, ये नहीं, ये जो आपका 30% है, okay, this is 45% here. Okay, ये जो 30% है, motor cars used for hiring purpose. Okay, for this, इस डेट रेंज में you have got 45% depreciation. यहाँ पे जो है normal plant and machinery depreciation is there. I'll show you here. ठीक है, it is 15%, but in this date range it is 30%. Why this was done is, इतनों से डेट रेंज में क्यों? Because the sales had gone very bad. So to generate demand, they had increased the depreciation rate for this period so that people will start buying more. ठीक है, तो as such आपको ये याद रखने की जरूरत नहीं, ये डेट रेंज. ओके, राइट, बट इतना ही है बस, बिकॉज दे विल गिव यू कि when higher rates applied, ऐसा कुछ आपको दिया जाएगा, ये जब आपको ये यूज करना है. जस्ट हैव टू नो दीज रेट्स. ठीक है, बस यहाँ पे इतना ध्यान में रख लेना, समवेयर इन 1920, 2019-20 समवेयर you had this higher rates. Okay, only that you have to remember. So यहाँ पे बेसिकली क्या हुआ, 30 का 45% कर दिए, so that people will buy it to generate demand. Okay, then next is computer and computer software, books owned by professional. This is 40%. Okay, every year our books are waste, right? You have to get new amendments and all that. The books owned by professional or computer, including computer software, 40%. And air and water pollution control equipment, ठीक है, this depreciates the fastest because this runs 24/7. Pollution control equipment, it doesn't stop, it runs continuously. Okay, so it is 40%. ठीक है, और खराब भी जल्दी होता है, वो उसका काम ही पोल्यूशन को क्लीन करना है. So it will, ठीक है, so its life is very very less basically. Okay, ये हो गया. और then ठीक है, नेक्स्ट इज प्लांट एंड मशीनरी में ही दिस रेट इज जनरल, ये बोल रहा था मैं आपको. दिस इज द जनरल रेट 15%, एंड इट इंक्लूड्स मोटर कार नॉट यूज्ड फॉर हायरिंग पर्पसेस. हम लोग जो कार लेते हैं, इट इज दैट, दिस उसका हम लोग मतलब ये तो हमारा पर्सनल कार हो गया अगेन. ओके, तो बट इफ बिजनेस इज बाइंग कार्स, ओके, फॉर यूज बाय डायरेक्टर्स और others, okay, then it will be 15%. हायरिंग मीन्स जो टैक्सी करके चलता है वो, ठीक है, करेक्ट. दोनों में फर्क है ना. जो हायरिंग है उसमें वो बहुत ज्यादा चलेगा. ए टैक्सी विल रन मोर, बट बिजनेस गिविंग कार टू इट्स एम्प्लॉय, इट विल रन मच लेस. करेक्ट. तो ये दिस 15%, ओके, यहाँ पे आप देखोगे इस डेट रेंज में इट बिकेम 30% इन दिस डेट रेंज. ओके, एंड this 30% motor car hire, motor car bus lorries, this became 45%. Okay, यहाँ पे देखना है. और next, oil wells is also 15%. Okay, and intangible assets, okay, acquired after 31/3/98 or on or after 1/4/98, 25%. Okay, these are the tables. ये टेबल आपको मालूम होना चाहिए किसका क्या रेट है करके. ठीक है, actually this is there are many different rates for different types of things. These are the basic ones which we require. ठीक है, तो चलिए अभी हम डेप्रिसिएशन का कुछ इलस्ट्रेशन में कराऊंगा आपको, लेकिन आई विल गिव यू अनदर ब्रेक. ठीक है, सो 10:15 चलेगा. बाय. Okay, so we will do some examples on calculating depreciation rate. Okay. So WDV of furniture block depreciation rate is given 10. Block is furniture. As on 1/4/2021, 80,000. Block consists of two furniture A and B. Okay, two furnitures are there in the block. Compute depreciation. ठीक है, चारों केसेस में हमको depreciation निकालना है. Okay, तो first one is furniture A sold for 90K and furniture S purchased for 40K on 1/7/2021. ठीक है, मैंने आपको एक डेट बताया था, याद है? वन डेट यू शुड रिमेंबर, जिससे प्रॉब्लम हो तो इजी हो जाएगा आपका. दैट इज 3rd October. ओके, 3rd October 2021, 21-22 बेसिकली. 3rd October, if any asset is purchased on or before 3rd October, if it is purchased on 3rd October, it will exactly be for 180 days. It will get full depreciation. But if it is purchased after 3rd October, it will get half depreciation. Okay. So furniture A sold for rupees 10K and furniture S purchased for rupees 40K. Okay. A sold for 10K and furniture S purchased for 40K. तब यहाँ इसका हमने वेट सी ना फॉर्मेट करेक्ट. ये देखिए, ये फॉर्मेट हमने देखे थे, कैलकुलेशन ऑफ डेप्रिसिएशन, करेक्ट. सो व्हाट डिड वी से, इसमें दो चीजें. वन इज एसेट सोल्ड, वेदर द सेल इज ऑन 1st April 2021 or 31st May 2022. Sale will come here only. Okay, and the sale date has no relevance at all. Purchase rate also has no relevance, but to determine 50% or 100% depreciation. Okay, so all dates till 3rd October for you is same for purchase, and all date after 3rd October are also same. Okay, so here basically what you will do, first thing is WDV at the beginning of the PY, add assets acquired during the PY. ठीक है, तो सबसे पहले यही करना है. WDV at the beginning तो दिया रहेगा, राइट. This will be there. First thing is add assets acquired. ठीक है, यहाँ पे कुछ देखना ही नहीं है whether it is 100%, 50%, just add it first of all, then you will get this. ठीक है, after you get this, then deduct assets sold. ये करने के बाद आपको you will get this written down value which is before depreciation. ठीक है, this value you will get, and on this value we will charge depreciation. Okay, on this value we will charge depreciation. Okay, and now if you deduct this depreciation, you will get opening WDV on the first day of next year or on the last day of this year. एक ही बात होगी, करेक्ट. ठीक है, तो इसके लिए अब हम देखते हैं क्या करेंगे. व्हाट विल डू इज, लेट्स गो डाउन. ठीक है, सो हियर ओके, यहाँ पे लेट्स सी. Opening WDV was 80,000, right? Given in the problem. And add asset acquired 40,000. Okay, then you will get this 1,20,000. Fine, यहाँ तक हो गया. Then we will see asset sold. ठीक है, asset sold is 10,000. So this minus this will be how much? 1,10,000. Okay, and depreciation straight away you take on this now. 10% of this means just 10 goes off. It will become 11,000. Okay, so this minus this will give you opening WDV on the first day of the previous year. Okay, ठीक है, ये क्लियर हुआ ये वाला. एंड नेक्स्ट इसमें जस्ट फिगर्स देखते हैं. फिगर्स आर द सेम फॉर द नेक्स्ट वन. See here, second one, this is also 10K, this is also 10K. ठीक है, furniture A sold for 10K or sold for 10K. S purchased for 40K, this is also 40K. बस डेट चेंज हो गया. This is now 11/11, that was 1/7 and this is now 11/11. So अब मेरे को आप बताइए कि जो 11/11 है, इज इट आफ्टर 3rd October?
यस सर.
करेक्ट. तो मतलब ऑन फर्नीचर परचेज्ड फॉर 40K, डेप्रिसिएशन अवेलेबल विल बी ओनली 50%. ओके, सो अब फिर इसको करेंगे कैसे मैं बताता हूँ. इसको ध्यान से देखना है. ओके, ओके, so here again see, first what you will do, okay, this is also 80,000, right? Both problems were same. Assets acquired, here also it will be, you will put 40,000. ठीक है, at this stage there is no change. Put 40,000, this will be 1,20,000. okay, फिर बाद में asset sold is also same. So basically we're talking about this now. Asset sold will be 10,000 here also. Okay, all figures are same. So this minus this will give you 1,10,000. okay, 1,20,000 minus 10,000 is 1,10,000. ठीक है, अब ये डेप्रिसिएशन कैसे कैलकुलेट होगा मैं बताता हूँ क्यों. ठीक है, ये ऐसे देखेंगे हम. विल सी दिस लाइक दिस. In the first case you had 1,10,000, but we knew that the entire original asset plus purchase, that the same rate of depreciation, so we could take direct 10% depreciation on 1,10,000. इस केस में क्या होगा, आपका 1,10,000 है, कभी भी इसको बाइफरकेट करना पड़ेगा. कैसे करेंगे? इनटू ओल्ड एंड न्यू. okay, so 1,10,000, let us take it outside. 1,10,000 is your written down value. okay, so इसको हम कभी भी will have to bifurcate it into old and new. ठीक है, और से न्यू एंड ओल्ड. अब जैसे भी न्यू एंड ओल्ड बोलेंगे, अगर से दिस इज न्यू, कैसे भी आप बोल सकते हो. दिस इज न्यू and this is old. ठीक है, so first of all new one was purchased later, correct? so that will be there fully with us. ये मानते हुए just write 40,000 here. now what is old remaining is 1,10,000 minus 40,000, which is 70,000. तो हम ऐसा मानेंगे कि जो 1,10,000 जो हमारे पास है, न्यू इज 40,000, ओल्ड इज 70,000. Okay, and if depreciation rate is 10%, old will get full. 10% of 70,000 is 7,000. Okay, in this line I'm putting depreciation. And this will be 50%. 50% of 10% is how much? 5%. So 5% of 40,000 will be 2,000. ये समझ में आया आपके? Anyone has any doubt in this? You can ask me. No problem if you.
आ गया सर,
हाँ?
समझ गया सर।
ठीक है. And प्रियंका? Okay. दरबार?
समझ आया सर।
अच्छा अच्छा. Okay, so this is how you will have to calculate. So what is the total depreciation now? 9,000, correct? Add the two, you will get 9,000. Okay, so इसीलिए यहाँ पे 9,000. This is why it is 9,000 here. Okay, इसीलिए 9,000 आया है. Right? So now, then final step will be this minus this. You'll get written down value on first day of next year. ठीक है? ये सब figures का कोई काम नहीं है. Okay. Okay, so चलो थर्ड वाला देखते हैं. Let's see थर्ड में क्या बोल रहा है. Third says in third and second date is same now. Okay, the date given is same here and here, and purchase is also same. So we'll have to take 50% depreciation. Okay, for 40K. And sold here is it was 10K, and here sold is 2 lakhs. Okay, sold is 2 lakhs. Okay, so basically this is the third one. Again we'll say 80,000 plus purchases 40,000, 1,20,000. No change till here. Now here sale will put as 2 lakhs. Now 2 lakhs is greater than 1,20,000. Okay, so we cannot calculate depreciation. We had 2 points, correct, where we cannot calculate depreciation. ठीक है, 2 points थे हमारे जहां आप depreciation नहीं निकाल सकते. Depreciation not to be charged. Okay, this is your depreciation not to be charged. The first thing is sale proceeds exceeds opening WDV plus assets acquired. This is what has happened now. Okay, so then you cannot charge depreciation. Okay, because of depreciation is basically you are whatever amount you have bought. Okay, you are just getting a deduction for that. That is depreciation. Now if that is already covered, the cost of the asset is already covered, then you will not get any further depreciation. So depreciation not to be charged if sale proceeds exceeds opening WDV plus assets acquired. Second is your value is positive still for the block, but the block does not have any asset. Okay, so this is the first case now. So you cannot charge any depreciation. If you do not charge, okay, if your value is negative, basically after your WDV comes negative, okay, then it will be a short-term capital gain. Okay, if it comes positive, it will be short-term capital loss. Okay, so here what did we see here? Third case. Okay, only the third case. So till here 80, 40, 120. Okay, this was same as the first two till here. 40,000 was purchase. Now we had sale less asset sold. This was 2 lakhs. So this is minus. Okay, what is coming in minus? It will be short-term capital gain. Okay, because the sale value is more than your cost. It is basically a gain. It will be a gain. So which is why it will be short-term capital gain. And this is the value of short-term capital gain. Okay. And in the last one, we'll do more problems on depreciation from your study material. Okay. So we'll do it tomorrow, but not today. Tomorrow means in the next session. Okay. Here now, furniture A and B both sold for 10K and 35K respectively. Okay. So here what the block had two furniture A and B. Okay. We know that block had two furniture A and B, correct? If both are sold, then nothing is left in the block here. Correct? If both are sold, then nothing is left in the block. So, and 10K and 35K is 45K. So here what will happen? Case 4. Okay, in case 4, yeah, there is no purchase given, right? In the problem, there is no purchase. So which is why this is 0. 80,000 plus 0 will be 80,000. Both were sold for 35,000 plus 10,000, 45,000. So 80 minus 45, you have a positive value. But the block now, okay, block doesn't have any asset. WDV you have got, but the block doesn't have any asset. So now the block doesn't have any asset. This will be short-term capital loss. This will be treated as short-term capital loss. So we'll have to scroll down a bit for that. Here you can see. Okay, this is wrong. I'll take this out later. The short-term capital losses is 35 lakhs. Okay, so understood. These 4 problems were just for you to get a hang of it. Basically, आपको किस तरह से निकालना है. There are more problems in the study material. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, these 4 were the principal ones. So you now know the structure of calculating depreciation. Okay, so other problems on depreciation we will do on the next day. Okay, so now, okay, so now next topic is additional depreciation. What we did now is depreciation. Okay, now you also get some additional depreciation more than this to SSC who is engaged in the business of manufacture or production of any article or thing. Okay, to boost manufacture, you get some more depreciation if you are in the business of manufacture or production of some article or thing, or in the business of electricity, generation, transmission, or distribution of power or electricity. Okay, right? So in these 2 cases only you will get additional depreciation. Okay, otherwise not, no one else will get. Now, there are some conditions for it. Additional depreciation. SSC must be an industrial undertaking which manufactures or produces article or thing, or in the business of generation, transmission, distribution of power. SSC acquired and installed after 31st March 2005. Okay, here you have to remember the date. Okay, acquired and installed after 31st March 2005 a new plant or machinery other than. So he has acquired or installed after 31st March 2005 a new plant and machinery, not second hand. Okay, new plant or machinery other than. So what is not what is not treated as plant and machinery? Okay, it's ships and aircrafts. Used plant and machinery used within or outside India, but second hand. Plant or machinery installed in office premises, residential accommodation, or guest house, like AC and all that. Okay, but this is given, this advantage is being given to promote manufacture. So there's no use in giving machinery which is installed in office premises, guest house, and all that. Correct? These are basically manufacturing items. Office appliances or road transport vehicle. Okay, you won't get it for office appliances or road transport vehicle, right? And plant or machinery allowed 100% deduction by way of depreciation or otherwise. There are some sections which give you 100% deduction. So such plant and machinery will not get it because in one shot they are getting 100% deduction. So why would they get this again, right? So they will also not get it. Okay? So your computers and all, it will fall under this office appliances. Okay? Now, note, additional depreciation available only on plant and machinery and not on other asset like furniture, building. Okay, available only for plant and machinery. Okay, and it should be manufacturing any article or thing, right? So what is the rate of additional depreciation? 20% on actual cost. Just think, say if you have a normal machinery, plant and machinery, you're getting depreciation of 15%. Okay, along with it, if you're getting 20% more, so 35% deduction you've got in first year itself. It's very good for business people. Okay, the rate is 20% on actual cost. If acquired and put to use for less than 180 days, rate is 10% you will get this year, 10% you will get next year. You will get it, but half you will get. Okay, half this year you can take, half next year you can take. Okay, in all you will get the 20%. If acquired and put to use for less than 180 days. So what is our key date? October 3rd. Remember this. Okay. Okay. So this is what did we see here? Additional depreciation. ठीक है? ये था हमारा additional depreciation और इसी के साथ साथ एक और section है. ठीक है? You've got one more section along with this. Okay, almost conditions, everything similar, but it is for some notified backward area. So special rate of additional depreciation for notified backward area. It is 35% instead of 20%. Okay, conditions here for this. SSC sets up undertaking or enterprise for manufacturer of article or thing. Set up on or after 1/4/2015. Above there is no date given for setting up of factory or business. Okay, अगर ऊपर हम देखें here, there is nowhere that you have date of setup of business. You have SSC acquired and installed a new plant and machinery. Date of new plant and machinery is there. Date of starting of business is not mentioned. Okay, and this is after 31st March 2015 means from 1st April 2005. There in the below section, just make it 1 year. 1st April 2015. Okay, and that is for setup of business date they have given. SSC sets up an undertaking or enterprise for manufacture of any article or thing set up on or after 1/4/2015. Okay, business set up in any notified backward area of Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Telangana और वेस्ट बंगाल. ठीक है, इसका ये मतलब नहीं है पूरे स्टेट में आप कहीं भी सेटअप कर सकते हो. वहां पे कुछ नोटिफाइड एरियाज रहेंगे बैकवर्ड, राइट? आंध्र प्रदेश में हैदराबाद है, वो तो बहुत इट्स एन एडवांस सिटी, करेक्ट? तो basically there will be some places which will be notified as backward area. There you will have to set it up. Okay, and SSC acquires and installs any new machinery or plant other than ships, aircraft, etc. matlab other than ships, aircraft, etc. means same these things, same these exceptions applied here also. Okay, these, that's what ships, aircraft, etc. means, all these. Okay, this is same copy paste. Okay, and so SSC acquires and installs any new plant or machinery between 1/4/2015 and 31/3/2020. So it has set it up on 1/4/2015. So it has to acquire machinery on 1/4/2015 and 31/3/2020. Okay, so the earlier one, only this date is there, correct? Date for this is there. 1/4/2005, that date is there in that. 1 or after 1/4/2005. Okay. Here setup date is also there and this is also there. Right? Other than that, everything is same. Okay, only these 4 states you have to remember. Okay, and rate you have already seen 35% here. Okay, and if acquired and put to use for less than 180 days, half now, 17.5 is half now, half next year. This year of acquisition, next year. Okay, or some other point is additional depreciation shall be reduced while computing the closing WDV. So it is depreciation only. So you will treat it as depreciation. You will add it to depreciation basically. Okay. Is not available if the new plant or machinery is sold in the year of acquisition. If you are selling the new plant in the same year when you bought it, then you won't get additional depreciation. Okay. It is not available if the power unit is claiming depreciation under straight line method. In power unit, they have option, I told you, right? Straight line and WDV. So if it is opted for straight line, it will not get additional depreciation. Okay. Right. So let's do one problem on additional depreciation. ठीक है, आप लोग all well? कि बहुत थक गए आप लोग? प्रियंका, आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही. टाइप कीजिए, टाइप. चैट में टाइप कीजिए. ओके ओके फाइन, चलो ठीक है. सो चलो एक प्रॉब्लम और करते हैं. मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंसर्न was established in 2004. ठीक है. The block plant 15%. ठीक है, plant 15% has WDV on 1/4/2021. Okay, 1/4/2021 is the beginning of our previous year. So opening WDV is rupees 10 lakhs. Subsequently, it purchased the following plants. ठीक है. तो ये manufacturing concern was established in 2004. Block plant 15% has WDV on 1/4/2021. 10 lakh. Subsequently, it purchased the following plants. ठीक है. यहाँ पे आप देख लेंगे इसके first of all depreciation rate is different, correct? Rate of depreciation, so it is not in the same block as this, correct? So here, ठीक है, it doesn't need to be in the same block for additional depreciation. Okay, so बस just बता रहा हूँ मैं आपको एक observation that here it is 15% and here it is 20%. Okay, this is 20%. So now it purchased the following plants. ठीक है, ये मान के चलेंगे कि न्यू प्लांट्स है, राइट. फर्स्ट इज प्लांट ए. प्लांट ए डेट ऑफ एक्विजिशन इज 7/4/2021. Cost of acquisition is 6 lakhs. Rate of depreciation is 20%. ठीक है, 7/4/2021 बेसिकली इज, ठीक है, फुल डेप्रिसिएशन मिलेगा इसको. ठीक है, प्लांट बी, लेट अस सी, प्लांट बी 7/12/2021. ठीक है, 7/12/2021, 2 lakhs. There is a note for plant B. ठीक है, प्लांट बी इंस्टॉल्ड ऑन 7/5/2022. ठीक है, तो इसमें जो है ना, जो हम बोल रहे थे, जो मैंने आपको डेट दिया 3 अक्टूबर. ठीक है, 3 अक्टूबर जो डेट मैंने आपको बताया. ओके, ठीक है, प्लांट शुड बी परचेज टिल ईयर फॉर फुल डेप्रिसिएशन. करेक्ट. So this is not just the date of purchase or acquiring. Okay, it is acquiring and installing. Okay, acquiring and installing. ठीक है, क्योंकि जब तक रेडी टू यूज नहीं होता तो हमको डेप्रिसिएशन नहीं मिलेगा. करेक्ट. सो इन सिर्फ आप खरीद के अगर पैक में रखेंगे, so you will not get depreciation. Not correct. You will not get depreciation if you have not started using it. Use can be active or passive. Active or passive, like generator and all that. Okay, passive use is fine. ठीक है, but if you have kept it packed, that is not fine, right? So acquiring and installing, that is the date we need, not just purchase. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे it was purchased for 7/12, purchased on 7/12/2021, but installed only on 7/5/2022. So you'll get depreciation only in previous year 22-23. In previous year 2022-23. Okay, this is one point. And another point is, if say if he put to use, यहाँ पे जो है 2022 है. ठीक है, चलिए मैं ये यहाँ पे एक चीज पूछता हूँ आपको. Year, this is 7/5/2022, correct? So he will get depreciation only in previous year 2022-23. Okay, because he put it to use on 7/5/2022. अगर वो had he put it to use on 7/10/22, तो डेप्रिसिएशन प्रीवियस ईयर 2022-23 में कितना मिलेगा? Had he put it to use on 7/10/2022, 7th October 2022. Okay, so will he get full depreciation in previous year 2022-23, or he will get only half? So यहाँ पे basically he will get full depreciation. Reason being, the half depreciation is only for the first year. Okay, if the asset is put to use in the next year, then it is considered as new only. Even if he has put it to use on in December also, then he'll get full depreciation if he has put it to use in the subsequent or next year. ठीक है, चलिए. So we'll be doing more problems of depreciation, as I said. जो आपके स्टडी मटेरियल से उसमें और क्लियर हो जाएगा आपको. So here this one, he'll get depreciation in 2022-23 fully. Okay, or plant C 5/5/2022 acquisition. Installation also same date. Okay, there is no note. 2,50,000. ठीक है, और then plant D 6/12/2021. Okay, 6/12/2021 is the purchase. Okay, तो यहाँ पे ठीक है, तो चलो वी हैव टू कंप्यूट ओनली द, यहाँ पे इस प्रॉब्लम में उन्होंने मांगा हमसे सिर्फ एडिशनल डिप्रिसिएशन. ठीक है, दे हैव आस्क्ड फॉर ओनली एडिशनल डिप्रिसिएशन. ठीक है, they have not asked us to compute normal depreciation. चलो अब इसका एक एक करके हम देखेंगे. फर्स्ट इज योर प्लांट 1. ठीक है, तो प्लांट 1 में क्या होगा, यू हैव 6 lakhs का सीधा 20%. ओके, विल बी योर एडिशनल डिप्रिसिएशन. ये हो गया आपका. ओके, 6 प्लांट ए, और प्लांट ए या 20%, प्रीवियस ईयर 21-22. करेक्ट, पूरा हमको यही मिल जाएगा प्लांट ए का. ठीक है, प्लांट बी का, because it is installed on 7/5/2022, so whole thing you will get in 22-23. How much it is? 2 lakhs. ठीक है, 2 lakhs का 20%, 40,000. okay, whole thing you will get in 22-23. okay, so plant C का क्या है? Plant C is acquired on 20, ये है थर्ड वाला, 22-23 here, this one. okay, or it is 5, so it is within October. Correct, so whole thing 20% on previous year 22-23. so ये हो गया 20,000. okay, ये हो गया पूरा. and then plant D is purchased on 6/12/2021. ठीक है, प्लांट डी का क्या है? प्लांट डी इज परचेज्ड ऑन 6/12/2021. ठीक है, सो परचेज्ड आफ्टर 3rd of October, right? So half additional depreciation now, half next year. 10% means 10,000 now, 10,000 next year. okay, 10,000 now, 10,000 next year. ठीक है, समझ में आया ये प्रॉब्लम?
Plant B doubt, sir.
Okay, what is the doubt?
Sir, 0.5% in previous year.
Okay, this okay, just tell me which one you have understood. Plant A?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay.
Plant B.
Plant B? No.
No, not understood.
Okay, fine. So here, so basically in plant B, see, I will see. Okay, what is given is 7/12/2021 is the date of acquisition. Okay, but acquisition is 2021, but it was not installed straight away. It was installed on 7/5/2022. Okay, so which is why unless you install it, you will not get depreciation. Okay, that is one point. And that half depreciation concept is there, no? Say for example, you have purchased the plant in 2021-22. okay, this previous year. okay, you have purchased the plant, right? And you have put to use in, say, December 2022. that is next previous year. okay, so because now this is the first year, you had purchased in this year. okay, you had purchased here. So when it goes in the second year, it is no longer a new plant. Okay, it will be considered as an old plant. So basically that is why whenever it is put to use in the second year, if put to use is in the second year, whatever be the date, even if this date is say March 2022, okay, even on this date it is put to use, still you will give them 100% full depreciation. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then so here, so this is the first point. Okay, then next is here, so which is here, if you can see, installed on 7/5/2022. Hence for 2022-23 you have given them full depreciation of 20%. 20% of this is 40,000. Okay, and you will give it in 22-23, correct? That's why 40,000 is here, second one. Understood? If not understood, you can ask me, no problem. It's 2 lakh into 20,000, 40,000 comes here. And the year comes from here, 22-23.
Understand, sir.
Okay. Anything else? Any other thing you have not understood?
No sir, ठीक है.
चलिए, ओके, ठीक है. इसके बाद एक और प्रॉब्लम है, ये कल करेंगे. ठीक है, ये प्रॉब्लम 3 कल करेंगे. और
कल सर,
हाँ हाँ ठीक है.
कल क्लास होगा?
कल नहीं, जो भी नेक्स्ट हो, कल मतलब नेक्स्ट.
ओके.
तो अभी नेक्स्ट क्लास कब होगा हमारा? फ्राइडे. ठीक है, तो इसका मैं आपको नोट्स दूंगा, आप यहाँ तक के प्रिपेयर कीजिए. ओके, एंड व्हाट यू कैन डू इज इन द मीनवाइल फ्रॉम योर स्टडी मटेरियल, ओके, जस्ट ट्राई टू सॉल्व द अदर डेप्रिसिएशन प्रॉब्लम्स. ओके, अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस प्रॉब्लम्स. तो वो प्रॉब्लम्स हमारे थोड़े जल्दी जल्दी हो जाएंगे. ओके, चलिए देन. ओके देन. ओके, तो सी यू ऑल लेटर. एनी क्वेश्चन? नो क्वेश्चन, राइट?
नो.
प्रियंका, आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही मुझे. There is some audio problem at your end. You can type it in chat. Okay then, okay, fine. So that's it then. Thank you all. So we'll meet later. Okay, bye.